I hope everyone's feeling fucking peaceful because the Lorehounds Network kids are here to recap Peacemaker's Season 1 quest to take out every man, woman, and child and butterfly standing in the way of peace. Hi, I'm Elysia, and I sign up for the eagerly sitting duty next time Peacemaker gets sent to jail. He can keep the rest of that deal.
And I'm John. I am kind of at a loss to how to follow up that opening, but I'm going to say, yay. How y'all doing? I might be Peacemaker's worst friend enemy and co-host of the DC Universe, a comics versus podcast by the Lorehounds. And we're here today to recap everything you need to know about Peacemaker going into season number 2.
So we will be joined for the weekly episode breakdowns by Aaron from Radioactive Rambling. And I just want to shout out a thank you to Aaron who made the cover arts.
Gosh.
He
so
gave
dope.
us 3 good options. I'm sad we can't use them all.
yeah, so dope.
Yeah, he's great at that. We're going to be doing today. So we're going to gear the very opening of this episode toward people who have not yet perhaps watched Peacemaker. And so we're going to keep our hot takes spoiler free. It's basically going to be the pitch. Like, why should you watch Peacemaker? And we'll throw in some production notes about how the 2 seasons tie together and everything else. And then after a spoiler break, we'll have all spoilers on the table. That means all DC movies, TV, comics, and obviously a recap of season 1, everything you need to remember for season 2. So to set up the tagline for season 1, a man fights for peace at any cost, no matter how many people he has to kill to get it. So Sean, what was your season 1 watch experience? Were you watching weekly live?
Yeah, I watched it weekly, and let me just say, as the noted James Gunn detractor, I went into this fully expecting to be, either A, past, this is not for me, I don't like it, or B, like, oh, this is fine. This was so much more enjoyable than I thought that I would have viewing. I really thought this was a great show. It was funny. I thought John Cena was the actor that plays Peacemaker. He was just great and throughout the entire series from episode 1 through the finale, the season finale. And that showed me that Gunn can do things with different archetypes of character.
Mm-hmm.
The comedy really took me by surprise. I didn't go into the show expecting to, laugh out loud on several occasions, and each episode probably made me do that. And this is a character that I don't like. I don't like Peacemaker as a person, as a hero, as a government tool, as a friend, as a brother, as a whatever. I don't like him. I don't like Chris. I would never befriend someone like that. I would never give them the time of day. But watching him interact with the group that he's interacting with was really a lot of fun.
Yeah. And who were your favorite characters in season 1?
Wow. Favorite characters. Vigilante, Eagly, and what's her name? Adebayo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those three.
Yeah, I'll go with that too. I mean, obviously, every animal is going to be my favorite. Vigilante is just a special type of psycho that it's going to be fun to talk about.
You said it right. A special type of psycho. Yes.
And Adebayo is the heart of the show, obviously, of the group. I watched it live. I expected, I was curious. I am a big James Gunn fan, and I loved the Suicide Squad. But, when he said that was the show he was making, the spinoff of the Suicide Squad, I was like, I don't know if that's the character that I'm most interested in seeing. But then, of course,
Right.
he showed me why. And yeah, I get it. And I thought of John Cena as another wrestler turned actor, and Peacemaker really showed me the because he does a lot of silly comedies too, and this is a silly comedy, but also it's a silly comedy that also includes like really emotionally stirring moments, like him playing the piano and crying over
Right.
a life of tragedy. Like, whew, like there's a lot of surprising depth to this character, and thus the show overall, and also every character in the show. Um, yeah, they got they were unique, and most of them dug below the surface. And I think the ones that didn't dig so much below the surface, like let's say Judah Master, I think we're going to get more of that this season. So I'm very excited.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I said before that this is my favorite thing in the DCEU, and like I was making other friends watch it with me. I was really into it. Um, but yeah, I like the complex characters, the relatable humanity, the the sometimes cringe, frequently offensive humor is
Sometimes cringe.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
It's just
cringe.
sometimes.
Well, I actually, John just sent me a picture that he's gonna watch it because I'm like, he loves cringe humor, and I'm like,
Yes,
I
he
think you're
does.
gonna
That's
love this
true.
show. I
Yeah.
think you're gonna love this
Yeah.
show because he just watched Superman and was blown away. um,
As he should have been.
as he should have been. I just rewatched Superman, and I was blown away even more.
There we go.
But yeah, there's like a warm heart at the center of it, and I appreciate, a lot of the characters are assholes by definition. That's just the nature of this group. But they are like in specific ways, and then in other ways, I don't know. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it is a very human story within the DCU. There's no metahumans involved, right? Just humans and aliens.
Yeah, I guess so. But even yeah, yeah, I guess so. There
Yeah,
are no real no. Everyone is killable,
yeah. Even even if they survive being crushed by a building.
even if they survive being crushed by a building with a broken clavicle. But that's
which is
another
not
thing.
a spoiler for the show, but for the movie that
No,
precedes it.
no.
um yeah, I just found overall the first season, it came together very satisfyingly. We just rewatched it obviously to prepare for this, and just all the callbacks that come together, all the pieces that like fit together like the puzzle at the end of the season. And I love the use of music. Even though like I'm not particularly into hair metal, which as the character Peacemaker is, and that's a core of the show. It's still, I like that the show takes the time to pause for a musical moment every now
Right,
and then, and it
right.
always ends up
Working.
diving beneath the surface of someone who, like Peacemaker lives behind an armor of caricature. And when we see him give himself over to music, those are some of the truest moments we see.
Right.
And of course, I love the opening dance. are, are you in the opening dance hype?
I you know, by the fourth episode I was over it.
Okay.
But initially I was like, oh man, okay, what's going on with this show? I'm like, what are we doing here? What is this exactly? So it did, pique my interest to no end once I saw that. I was like, okay, let me sit up and be careful to pay attention to what's happening here.
Yeah. Yeah, the first season was the song was "Do You Want to Taste It" by Wigwam, and season 2 the song is going to be Foxy Shazam's "Oh Lord." And we're promised it's going to be bigger because there's a bigger cast. Are you looking forward to a new take on the dance?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fun fact, the choreographer Carissa Lee Barton is married to Alan Tudyk, and she would test the choreography on him because she calls him an actor of middling dance talent, which is fair.
uh,
Uh, To whom would you recommend this show, and what do you think? What's the Pukila rating for
5 on the
violence?
rating.
Yeah, for
It's
violence and
5
emotional bite.
plus. It's 5 plus on the rating.
Okay, okay, fair, fair,
Um,
fair. There's
yeah,
gore and there is people being
yeah,
horrible.
yeah. If you like that cringy type of humor, um, if you like gore, if you like blood, and you like people making you laugh about gore and blood, then this show's for you.
Yeah. If you want to know what hashtag super shit means to Peacemaker,
Oh yes, this
this
show's for
show's for
you.
you. Um, Yeah, so season 1 was 8 episodes, season 2 will be as well, and of course, this is one of the special babies of writer, director, showrunner, now studio head James Gunn. Um, and yeah, I want to shout out a recommendation for first of all, the DC Studios official podcast in general has been killing it. I love it. Um, Marvel do better. And but there was also a recap podcast, which I assume they'll do for season 2 as well, but,
Yeah,
um, with James Gunn himself, with, Jennifer Holland, who plays Hardcore, and Steve Agee, who plays Economos, taking turns with the rest of the talking to the rest of the cast. So that was, really great. I just listened to episode 8 shortly before we recorded so that, James Gunn goes through and says everything that's canon or not canon. Most of it's canon from season 1 since it's switching. So do you want to explain to people what the deal is with the season 1 and season 2 in the different universes as far as we know?
um, yeah. So season 1 is what officially part of the DC EU. Season 2 is part of the DCU, and all would be explained in season 2. Um, so I'm not really. I don't want to spoil too much about it, but I think that these cast of characters will be carrying over into whatever Gunn is planning to do going forward in the DC um, universe in movies and TV shows. We've already seen some interconnectedness with your favorite show so far, Creature Commandos.
I rewatched it and
Oh man,
I liked it a little less this time.
what?
I well,
Yes,
the thing is, it's just like if I since I watched Peacemaker and then I watched that and then I watched Superman like all within a couple weeks, and it's like one of these is not the same quality as the other two.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay, all right. Um, I don't think that you don't need to watch anything previously in order to watch Peacemaker. Um, so yeah, you can go in pretty much being free of trying to figure out who is who and where is where and where did they fit in into a puzzle. It's not that type of show. You get dropped into this world and you're in this world. You don't have to know about the outside of it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would watch obviously season 1 before season 2 at the
Yeah,
beginning
yeah,
of
that's what I mean. Yeah.
yeah. At the beginning of season 1, they do have a quick recap of everything you need to know, which is basically the Suicide Squad, the 2021 James Gunn version of the movie. So if you want to, it's not a bad idea. I actually would recommend if you want to watch one movie before, you can make it the Suicide Squad from 2021, but you don't have to. You'll be fine if you don't.
Yeah.
Um, and I would say if you wanna do bonus watch, then you could watch Suicide Squad from 2016 without the because that's introduces the character, Amanda Waller, and it introduces the concept Task Force X and the character Rick Flag Jr., which, plays a role. Um, yeah, and if you want a bonus, then you can watch Birds of Prey from 2020 in between, just because I call that the Harley Quinn trilogy, and Birds of Prey is very good.
Favorite one of those movies, actually, of the three you just named,
Yeah,
was
okay.
Birds of Prey. Yeah.
For me, I don't know. Yeah, that and the Suicide Squad are
Yeah,
head to
it's like
head.
very close call, but I really enjoyed Birds of Prey.
Yeah. Yeah, those those are two of my top things from the DCEU. With yeah, we should say the Cavill-verse versus the Corn
No,
Sweat-verse.
no, 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 no. We're not gonna do my boy like that.
No, I
Uh,
just mean so people know which is which because it's confusing.
okay, all right, all right.
Um,
Still my Superman, Cavill. Still my guy.
yeah, Corn Sweat's my Superman now. That means that Reeve lost that title.
Yes, yes, and that's a pretty
That's a high
a
compliment.
great compliment
Hmm.
to make for someone. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those screams you hear are the boys downstairs. Just FYI.
You're cooking them for dinner? No.
Ah, gosh, no.
Sorry.
They are adorable, though. I will say that they are
Yeah.
adorable.
Cuteness, aggression is a thing when you want to bite what's
Yes,
adorable.
it is. Yes.
um, yeah. So the new DCU, this new universe that's all going to be explained in season 2, includes so far Creature Commandos, which we just referenced. And yeah, I think it's worth watching. I think it's a good show. I just think that it's not as great as Superman, which is the second one. I give that 5 stars now, and it's now third on
Yeah.
my movie list this year.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and I say, if you don't watch it, you ain't missing much, man.
What, Creature Commandos, you mean? Not
Creature command.
Superman.
Oh no, we're not talking about
Yeah.
soups. Oh,
Yeah,
come on
yeah.
now. If you don't watch soups, then we have issues. If you don't watch Creature Commandos, I'm cool with it. It's all right.
I mean, I would watch Creature Commandos. There are some tie-in characters. Yeah. It's worth watching. But anyway, but Superman, I would definitely watch, and we know some of those characters are going to show up in season 2. Episodes are about 45 minutes each, which actually feels like a sweet spot with this show.
Mm-hmm.
The rumored budget for season 1 was somewhere between 50 and 185 million, which
That's a wide range of between.
yeah, probably I think the latter number includes more like marketing stuff, which
Okay.
often gets left out of the official number.
Okay.
Um, And season 1, it got 93% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, 87% from audiences, 70% on Metacritic, or 7.4 from audiences. IMDb gave it an 8.3, which is quite high for IMDb. And season 1 released in January and February of 2022 with a 3-episode initial drop, and it was renewed right away in February of 2022 because there is the rare scenario where viewership actually increased dramatically, 44% over the run
That's
of the
amazing.
show.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
really a phenomenon. So hoping that the show does just as well this time. Um, and this time, yeah, it's 3.5 years later, but that's because of the strikes and then because of the rearranging of DC studio heads and swapping of universes. So long awaited. Jean, do you have any thoughts you want to throw out in the spoiler free zone? Any last things you would say to those who are going to leave us now?
No, just I think you'll enjoy the show again if you're okay with, gore, blood, guts, and humor
Mm-hmm.
surrounding all of that stuff. It's not for the faint of heart, both physically and it can be infuriating emotionally. But they tackle the subjects that they do tackle: racism, misogyny. Um, they tackle those subjects, I think, as well as one can hope to tackle those subjects.
Yeah. Yeah. With a certain amount of realism, but also cartoonish fun.
Yeah, because yeah.
Because Peacemaker is a walking cartoon. All right. Well, when we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we will catch you up again in case you forget about what happened in the Suicide Squad 2021, because that's probably going to play a role in season 2. Be right back. All right. Suicide Squad 2020, the Suicide Squad, sorry, 2021. um, So, what are some things you think it's important for us to remember from this film?
That Peacemaker kills Rick Flag Jr.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
I think that's the most important thing as it relates to this show is
Hmm.
that Rick Flag Jr., for those who don't know, he's a military guy who's, Amanda Waller, who heads up the Suicide Squad, Task Force X, whatever you want to call them, task force made of, criminals or who she deems to be criminals and send them on covert ops. Um, and if they try to escape, she blows their heads off.
Yeah,
So,
and if they
you know,
succeed, they get 10 years off their sentence.
allegedly,
Allegedly,
allegedly, allegedly, you get reduced sentences,
that's what she
allegedly.
promises. Yeah.
Right. So Rick Flag Jr. is the person who is not the criminal, who is placed in charge of this disparate groups of people to get them to complete their missions. And during one said mission in the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker kills him because he was trying to complete the mission, and he's going to complete the mission no matter who has to die. And Rick Flag Jr. was the person who died. So we know Rick Flag Sr. is in the DCU, and we know that he knows that Peacemaker killed his son.
But that
So,
is a question. Does he know? Because I was thinking, I was noticing in Superman, like he does not seem to
yes,
know that Amanda Waller had a hand in it, basically, because she told Peacemaker, "Do whatever you need to do to stop." And then she's like, "Oh, I didn't mean kill," but of course she always means kill.
she only
Um,
means kill. Yeah.
yeah, but she gave Peacemaker the command that led to him killing Rick Flag Jr. And
Yes,
I don't think Rick Flag Sr. Knows that. And I
I
wonder,
agree.
I don't know if he knows that Peacemaker killed him or not.
Mm.
Because in the rewatch, I thought that it was said, but in the rewatch, he knows that he died on this mission to Corto Maltese, this Project Starfish thing. But yeah,
Wasn't
he
there a scene in Creature Commandos?
um
I'm trying to recall.
Yeah, so
We'll
the
come back to
scene
it.
no, the scene in Creature Commandos is that, Waller says something about, that Weasel is on the Creature Commandos team because he's one of the few who survived Corto Maltese. It
Right.
shows that he has what it takes, and then, she looks at Rick Flag Sr., whose son died in Corto Maltese, and said, "Sorry."
What is that thing?
The Weasel. It's one of the few soldiers still alive from Project Starfish in Corto Maltese, so we know it has what it takes to survive. Sorry, I didn't mean to intimate anything about your son, Flag. When he died in Corto Maltese, he died a hero.
Hmm. Okay. All right. So I take that back. Maybe he
Yeah.
doesn't know. I think he
Mm.
does know, but we'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, Rick Flag Sr. turned up in Creature Commandos with white hair and then turns up with dark hair in
In
Superman.
Superman,
And
man dyes his hair. I got to
yeah,
do what you got to do.
maybe he shares his better hair dye with with Dyebeard. But we do know he's coming back for season 2 of
Right.
Peacemaker.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're gonna see any of Belle Reve, but that is one of the main prisons, and that's where the Suicide Squad people are kept, and also the creatures, the monsters of Creature Commandos. And this is under Argus, the Advanced Research Group Uniting Superhumans. And basically, yeah, there's Task Force X is what the Suicide Squads were called, and I guess Peacemaker season 1 they were technically a Task Force
I
X.
think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. But then at the end of the season, as we'll talk about, Adebayo rats out her mom, and she is no longer allowed to use humans, so she starts a Task Force M that only uses non-human,
Metas. Right.
yeah, entities. Yeah, so Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis, she turns up wherever Belle Reve does, which is why it's so interesting that Lex Luthor was being sent there at the end of Superman. She's known generally for going too far and prioritizes operation success and keeping government secrets over lives. Do you think she thinks she's a good person? What do you think motivates her to be like this?
Does she think she's a good person?
Uh-huh. Do you think she
No.
thinks she's doing the right thing?
I think she thinks she's doing the right thing, but I know she doesn't believe she's a good person. Like, she sacrificed. I believe she's the story that she's telling, that I've sacrificed my goodness for the good of everyone else.
So she's the Luthen from
Yes.
Andor.
Oh, on a much worse scale.
Mhm. Okay,
On a
okay.
much worse scale.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think she thinks she's doing the right thing and had to sacrifice her morality in order to do it.
Right. Right. No, that's true. Um, there was supposed to be a spin-off show with her, and it was originally going to
Yeah.
be before
Waller.
this season 2, Waller. But then I think apparently it's still in development, but just now it's going to be after season 2. I guess because of all the shakeup with everything we said.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I would love to see the show.
Yeah. Yeah, especially it'll be interesting if it's her and Lex Luthor teaming up and getting into trouble in Bellevue. But yeah, as we alluded to earlier, Peacemaker at the end of this movie, the Suicide Squad was shot and crushed by a falling building. But then in the credit scene, he's in the hospital, and Waller wants to use him in her next project. And yeah, also in that movie, this is where Harcourt and Economos were introduced as background characters. They became main characters in Peacemaker, and also, we have Flo Crawley, who's another aide who knocked out Amanda Waller in the movie before she could stop the the Suicide Squad from changing their mission and saving the people of Corto Maltese. And I bring her up because she turned up in the background in Superman, so she could turn up in this show as well. Who do you think from the Suicide Squad we could see in the DCU, or who would you want to see from the Suicide Squad in the DCU?
Oh,
Who's still alive
Harley
at the end
Quinn.
of? Mm-hmm. Do you want Margot Robbie back? Same casting?
Yes.
Okay.
Bloodsport. Yes. Idris Elba. Yes.
Yeah.
Ratcat.
Apparently, it sounds like there's talks going on to get Bloodsport back in. Like James Gunn wants that.
Yeah, I want that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ratcatcher. I think, is she still alive? Yes.
Yeah.
Will we
she's
see
still alive.
her? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She in the DCU?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Is she going to be seen? 50-50 on that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing more of her, but
No, I
yeah,
wouldn't
I
mind.
guess.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
She was cool. King Shark. Yeah, he's already coming back in Creature Commandos 2.
Yeah.
And so he's there. And then from the original Suicide Squad in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
we know we'll get a Joker, but it won't be Jared Leto, thank God. Deadshot, I don't think we'll see.
Will Smith.
Will Smith played Deadshot,
Yeah, he didn't want to come back for the Suicide Squad, so I doubt
which is why
he'll.
they had Bloodsport.
And honestly, upgrade. Sorry, I'm from West Philly, but still.
That's sacrilegious, man. That's sacrilegious for West Philly. And,
Sorry.
oh, goodness gracious. Katana, I can see Katana playing a role in a Batman centric universe. Killer Croc the same. I can see Killer Croc playing a role in a Batman centric universe. So I can see those two characters come back. Whether they're played by Karen Fukuhara or Adewale, I'm not sure. But I can see the two characters come back.
Yeah. They really underused Katana, especially in the first Suicide Squad.
Yeah, she's
movie.
a great character. She's written so well in the comics, I think. I think she, a lot of untapped potential for screen time.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess the characters from the Suicide Squad more likely the surviving ones.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, David Dastmalchian is dead, Mr. Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man was great.
Yeah, he's one of my current favorite actors. Everyone
Okay,
watch
okay,
his YouTube talk show, Grave Conversations.
okay, cool.
Um, yeah, so basically, like after this movie, James Gunn was asked which the Squad character he wanted to spin off, and he said he was inspired by what he sensed John Cena was capable of. And I do have to say, he's quasi breaking his own rule. He's always like, when a character dies, I'm not bringing them back. And this is how he justifies what he did to Nina Mazursky in in the Creature Commandos.
Right.
But he kind of broke it to bring back Peacemaker. So it's just whether the actor or character inspires him, basically. Um, yeah, so season 1 setting, I'm not sure if it's gonna be in the same place. I guess so, it looks at least partially. It's a semi-rural, evergreen, fictional town in Charlton County, Washington State, and, it's Peacemaker and Vigilante's hometown, but it was season 1 was filmed in Vancouver, and season 2 was filmed in Atlanta. And, a slightly longer recap. Do you wanna take turns doing this? Do you wanna take the
Yeah,
first paragraph?
sure. Let's go. Once Peacemaker is released from the hospital, he finds out the price of his freedom from Belle Reve is joining a new Black Ops crew investigating the mysterious Project Butterfly, which turns out to be an alien invasion from an intelligent butterfly. That's so funny saying it. From an intelligent butterfly-like aliens who take over human bodies, killing the host and nesting in their heads, where they have full access to their memories.
Led by their leader, at first posing as a senator, then trapped in a jar in Peacemaker's trailer, then in the body of the previously quippy Detective Song, the butterflies plan to take over the Earth, believing they can save the planet from the selfish evils of humanity. And they've even managed to convince some humans to join their cause as well, like Judo Master, a pocket-sized master of the martial arts with a kick more powerful than his favorite flaming hot Cheeto snack. It's the job of the Black Ops group that becomes known as the 11th Street Kids to stop them.
The 11th Street Kids find the location of the space cow being milked for the honey-like goo the butterflies eat to survive. Let's think about that for a minute. They find the location of the space cow being milked for the honey-like goo the butterflies eat to survive. I mean, if you can't get down with a show that does this, I got to question everything that you're about.
Sounds logical to me.
Knowing this is the butterfly's only food source, they band together to kill the animal, taking out as many butterflies along the way as they can, after they get eternally irritating judo master out of their hair, not to mention Peacemaker's racist father and local KKK leader Augie Smith, aka the supervillain White Dragon, who is determined to kill his son and the rest of the 11th Street Kids for framing him for murder.
So, yeah, I love.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I love that they don't. Waller and company, they just do not waste time naming things. So, Project Starfish, you're going to get a freaking giant Starro kaiju. Project
Right,
Butterfly,
right.
a bunch of butterfly-like aliens.
Bunch of butterflies. That's it. That's it.
And of course, the 11th Street Kids name moniker comes from the episode where they listen to that song by Hanoi Rocks, and Hardcore takes a photo that she shares. So it's one of my favorite moments in the whole season. You?
Let me say, okay, so the scene of Peacemaker in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
right? When he gets out and I think it was the janitor that says, "Hey, I know you. You're the racist guy who thinks he's a superhero," right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "I'm not racist." And the
Yeah.
guy goes, "Yeah, you only kill black people." And then he's like, "No, I kill anybody. I kill white people too." And then the guy tells him, "Hey, maybe you should go looking for more white people to kill because they do crimes too." And then he thinks about it and he says, "Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will start looking at more white people to kill for the crimes that they commit." Right?
Fine. If you're a superhero, what were you in prison for?
Integrity.
I made a vow to have peace, no matter how many people I have to kill to get it.
Oh, Peacemaker!
Yes!
You're that racist superhero!
No!
You only kill minorities, man!
I killed a fair amount of white people, too.
The ratio is suspect is all I have to say.
If somebody's committing a crime,
Yes?
am I supposed to control what their ethnicity is?
No, but you need to watch white people as closely as you watch people of color so you see more of them committing crimes.
Fine, that's a good point. I will trust white people less in the future and kill a higher percentage of them. Are you satisfied?
Yes.
And just that distillation of having a conversation with a racist
Uh-huh.
was so. Go ahead.
Well, I honestly think that Peacemaker is not racist and that he's shown that his father, because I think Peacemaker is a misogynist, but I don't think he's racist, or he's clearly not homophobic because he's canonically bisexual. But and that's one of the things that his father bullied him about. But I like, even as a kid, when we get the flashback to them as a kid, and his brother's like, listen to this song or something, and he's like, is this a white power thing? And he's like, no, and he's, oh, okay, then I'm interested, so he's just,
It's a bitch song, but it still rocks.
So cool.
he gestures,
Do this.
rock and roll.
Is that white power?
Fuck white power. It's the devil. Means rock and roll forever, and tongue kiss hot babes and smoke pot all day.
I think he's just been smeared with the stink of his father, which, yeah, understandable, I suppose.
Smeared with the stink of his father that has gone on to commit horrible crimes against mostly black people.
I mean, are you taking that only based on what?
No, I'm
I
taking
think
that based on the character who is Peacemaker. We don't see him before we see him in the Suicide Squad, so I'm taking him based on what I know of the character.
I mean, we see Rick Flag Jr. as a white guy. I think that I really liked that with the whole part that you brought up that I forget the actor's name. But
Who?
The janitor.
Rizwan Manji. That's his name.
Okay.
That's the actor's name. And he's been in a lot of things.
Oh, Jamil is the character's name. Okay.
The character's Jamil. He's
Rizwan Manji.
Rizwan Manji.
Okay. I liked what you were saying about Jamil, the janitor. If it's Rizwan Manji, thank you for looking up the name. Just as a general commentary on the fact that even people who are not overtly racist, might have unconscious biases. And I thought that it was actually quite cool of Peacemaker to be like, okay, you know what? Maybe I do have an unconscious bias, and I'll make sure to pay attention to that, even though.
Oh, no, I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. That doesn't mean he's not racist, though. To recognize your unconscious bias, because we're all biased. We all have our biases. We all have our things that we look askew at others or situations or whatever, right? And the reason why I brought up that scene is precisely because of what you just said. Is because at the end of the scene, Christopher says to himself, maybe I do need to look at something that I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't absolve him from racist acts.
But I don't think that we've seen him. I think he the facts that Jamil thinks this about him has more to do with his father than anything that we've seen him do.
Why would you say that?
Because we haven't
from
seen
Jamil's
him...
standpoint, though.
Yeah,
Jamil is talking about what he's seen.
Yeah, but Jamil hasn't literally seen him kill people. The only people that we have seen him take out have been. I don't think he obviously doesn't pick.
So you're saying Jamil is uninformed that Peacemaker has been killing mostly black people in that universe that Jamil lives in? That he doesn't know what he's been seeing?
Well, I don't think that he said that he has been mostly killing, but also
That's what he said.
That we see. Not that word, but we see over and over again that people think Peacemaker is more racist than he actually is because of his father. And I think that, yes, Jamil's perception of him is also biased in the same way. Every single character we meet has that same biased perception of him. But when Peacemaker is given the chance, he always shows that he's uncomfortable with that, like that's part of the complexity of his relationship with his father, where he wants to be loved by him and he wants to love him, but he's also like, yeah, that dude's fucking awful. And then obviously he stands up to him at the end.
We will agree to disagree on
But he's
Peacemaker's
misogynistic
racism.
as fuck.
Oh no, he's misogynistic, but we'll agree to disagree because I
Okay,
think Jamil is speaking from a point of view of being in universe.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
and having knowledge of Peacemaker's activities. So for him, I don't think he would just say it because his father's KKK. Like, that's not what he didn't say. Your father's KKK, so therefore, why? He says specifically your actions, what you've been doing. So that's in universe. That conversation is occurring. That's why I take it that way.
Mhm. But I think that we have not, like, he didn't tell us, oh, you killed these people. He's like, pay attention to them. Peacemaker's like, oh, I will. But what we've seen, what we know about Kite Man, who's usually white, and we know about
Yes.
Rick Flag Jr., and we
Yes.
don't really know much more than that. Anyway.
All right, fair.
So
We will agree to disagree on this one.
yeah. But okay, so his father obviously is at the crux of this whole conversation.
Absolutely.
Augie Smith, the White Dragon, played by Robert Patrick, who seems like a really lovely guy to play such an awful
Robert
dude.
Patrick? Or
Yeah,
Augie
yeah,
Smith?
obviously. Obviously. The only time we saw White Dragon laugh is when Peacemaker told him about someone being tortured alive. Tortured to death.
Oh, gosh, this sickness.
Yeah, and he made the brothers Chris Peacemaker and his brother Keith, made them do a fight club, and Chris accidentally killed his brother Keith, and his dad never forgave him for that.
Right.
And yeah, I would say his dad is the cause of most of Peacemaker's psychological damage.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But he's also the source of most of his gear. So he was making Chris's helmets, where each one does something different. Although it seems like we lost a bunch during season 1. And the question is,
Yeah.
who's going to make his gear now?
Well, will he need gear now?
I mean, I guess
What's
so,
his
right?
role? What's his role? What's he going to be doing? That's what I want to know.
Exploring his father's other invention, the quantum unfolding chamber, which leads to a dimensional nodule outside of normal space. So this is likely linked to season 2's multiverse. We know it's going to be a multiversal shenanigans story, and it's been pointed out, or at least maybe it was in the trailer I saw, that they were like, oh, like Lex Luthor's pocket universe.
I mean, that would be cool if there was some sort of crossover between those two things, but I don't think so, because Peacemaker's pocket dimensions, his whatever he called them, it was so much cleaner than Lex's.
Yeah. I mean, his father was just better at that, but now his father's not around to maintain the tech.
So that's my thing. It's just like, was Lex tapping? I don't know if Lex was tapping into using the same sorts of technologies that they are using. It's just because it just looked so radically different.
Yeah, I mean, they literally say, oh, it's like that, but I know we're going to get more of an explanation in season 2 for sure. Yeah.
And something too that when I said, does he need like the uniforms and helmets and things like that? I don't think he wants to be this. I don't think he wants to be Peacemaker.
At least not the version he was. Yeah.
Yeah, and to an extent, I don't know if he wants to do that. Period. I'm hoping that we get more of an exploration of what he would be without the suit, what he can be without the suit.
But do we want a hero without their iconic getup or whatever?
In this case, I would like to see it.
Okay.
I would like to see it in this case. Because that suit has fucked him up. In a lot worse ways than it's fucked up other, supposed heroes.
Mm-hmm. Right. So Was it satisfying when Chris shot his father in the head after his father punched Eagly? Like, that was the last straw for
Yeah.
me.
I mean, satisfying. I want to say it's satisfying for Chris. I felt so bad for him that he had to do that. You know, I'm of you shoot KKK leaders, so I'm cool with that. But that's his dad, that's his father, that's and there's a part of me that's like, man, that is traumatic as well. That's something that he's gonna have to,
Yeah.
unpack along with all the other stuff that his father put him through. Now his father put him through this one last bit of atrocity, just
Yeah.
atrocious things that a person can do to their child. He made him kill him.
Mhm.
You know, literally, he had no other choice but to do what he did,
Yeah.
and he's gonna have to deal with that. So I felt so bad for him in that moment, you know, because I don't know if it's. Do you get a sense of catharsis? Is that a release? Is that some sort of joy? I don't know if he gets that. You know.
Hmm. I mean, we saw him at the end of the season, he's hallucinating his father, so I'm wondering if that's gonna be carried over into the new season. Or, oh, we know he's also gonna interact with other dimensions, maybe dimensions where his father's still alive. Yeesh.
Hmm.
Or maybe totally different. Who
Maybe,
knows?
maybe.
Well, okay, so that's the worst thing about Peacemaker is his father. The best thing about Peacemaker is Eagly, his sidekick. Although, as Vigilante puts it, Peacemaker's biggest fault is that he consistently overestimates Eagly's abilities. um, so why do we love the potato chip loving, uh, human hugging eagle?
I mean, the eagle hug a human. That's
It's a
just
miracle.
yeah. I mean, that's it. But Eagly is you don't know if Eagly is intelligent or not in a way that we think of intelligence. Like,
Right.
is he following orders? Is he listening to what Chris is saying and actually doing it, or is Eagly just being an eagle?
I mean, he seems smarter than your average eagle, but I suppose it's like I
Seems
think
smarter than your average eagle.
yeah,
That's a great
that's what
tagline. That's awesome.
we get like sometimes Eagly has cat vibes, or sometimes Eagly's like riding in the car like a dog with his
Right.
head out the window and tongue lolling in the wind. Um, yeah, but very cat like in the like. Eagly likes potato chips, but then when Eagly goes to hunt, Eagly
Bring.
keeps trying to share his food with Chris. He's like, "No, thanks. I don't eat raw rodents, but thank you."
uh,
um, so who do you think that after Eagly is Vigilante Peacemaker's second best friend, or is Adebayo Peacemaker's second best friend?
oh boy, I think it's Adebayo
Yeah.
because I think him and Vigilante are still working out that bullshit, macho man crap, you know,
Uh-huh.
letting each other in to our feelings, can't let you see me cry bullshit that a lot of men do. So I
Uh-huh.
don't know how close they are yet, but I think that's a friendship that they're working on. Where
Mhm.
I feel that um, he can be genuinely intimate and vulnerable with Adebayo.
Mm. Yeah.
Like I see that
Yeah.
I see their relationship as being more open than he is with Vigilante.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that he doesn't have to put on a facade for her.
Right, right.
Yeah, and so Leota Adebayo, played by Danielle Brooks, is the newest kid who joins the team at the start of the season. We find out she recently lost her job at an animal shelter that closed, and she got this one because she is Amanda Waller's daughter, which is a secret from the rest of the team for most of the season. It is interesting that she took her wife's last name. That's why she's not Leota Waller. She's Leota Adebayo. Her wife's Kia. Do you think, should we read at all into the fact that she dropped the Waller last name?
I actually didn't until I read, you know, your wonderful document. I didn't think about that before. And I'm not sure where I land with that. Because
Hmm.
how many people know how bad Waller is?
I mean, Leota knows. So I guess that's all that matters, right?
No, but she is she hiding from the team or is she hiding from the world? I guess that's my question.
Right. I mean, but I'm saying maybe she's also hiding it a bit from herself.
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
undecided on this one.
I am worried about her and her wife Kia after the strain last season put on them, and I hope that doesn't affect their adorable dogs. One who likes to wear costumes. Do you think any dog likes to wear costumes?
Yes.
Okay. I can tell you, my cats do not. I have tried.
You try.
Yeah.
I don't
I could get them in
envision
a
cats
sweater.
being costume wearers.
No, they just
Yeah.
immediately like off on the ground.
Yeah. I don't think cats are that type of pet.
Uh, but Shadow, if you put bat wings on her, she looks just like a bat. Oh. Okay, so we said Leota and Adebayo and Chris, they might be the central relationship of the season, their friendship, but then what do we think about that kink in the road with the planted diary?
I mean, she's doing what her mom asked her to do, right?
But yeah, she knows who her mom is. Yeah. Well, she does.
Parents,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She does eventually say that's enough, Mom, and
Right.
turns on
Just
her.
like Christopher does,
Yeah.
The-
Sorry, it's reminding me of, I just released the Gilded Age episode, and we just talked about Felicia Rashad played a character on this season
Okay.
of the Gilded Age,
I've
and
not watched. Sorry.
maybe I shouldn't say.
You can
But
say.
okay, so quick spoiler for the season finale of, but she gets everyone gives her a talking to in the end. She's been causing
Okay.
trouble
Okay.
and then
All
her husband
season.
says, "Woman." Yeah. Anyway, um, what do we think about? Yeah, she had some hidden martial arts skills in her. Adebayo goes all badass in the final
Yeah, I'm not surprised
confrontation.
about that. She is Waller's daughter, but I'm
You think
sure
like
Waller had her trained from an early age to do things like this.
like other kids were doing after school soccer, and she's like, here's your combat course.
Yes, exactly. Learn how to take someone down with just a pencil and a paper clip, damn it.
I would love to see. I do hope we get flashbacks of her childhood. I think it would be very interesting to see what kind of mother Amanda Waller is. All right, so that brings us to Peacemaker's other best friend, Adrian Chase, aka Vigilante, played by Freddie Stroma, and this character was actually recast halfway through filming, or even more than halfway through, like after they had done 6 episodes, because Gunn says, yeah, we had already shot 5.5 episodes with another actor who's an incredibly talented guy, but we were on different pages about certain things, and I don't think he wanted to continue on the series in the long run. So we brought Freddie in 5.5 episodes in, and I reshot all of his scenes.
Wow.
Although episodes 1 through 5 and parts of 8, if we only see the suit, it's probably the previous actor inside, and then they dubbed Freddie Stroma's voice over it, which I think turned
It
out well.
worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Couldn't tell.
Well, yeah, because it's all about the delivery.
Yeah, couldn't tell.
Yeah. At what point in your first watch did you realize that the little brother of Gut Chase, who's a busboy at an Italian restaurant, Fennel Fields, was Vigilante?
Oh man. I think my third
Episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Um,
think about a third.
I think I've recognized his voice at some time, or I guess I guess I realized it when they did that scene where he's he's talking, he's like getting so awkward with the other guy he works with, and then he kind of invites the guy to his abortion, even
God.
his non-existent abortion that he was going to have.
Fuck. Yeah, Peacemaker's back, baby.
Twerk it and twerk it. Get my.
Hey everyone, David here. Wanted to tell you about a company that makes some really beautiful Middle-earth inspired products. Actually, I wish I had discovered OSHA slings when my daughter was little and I was using a lot of different baby slings and carriers. They sent me one of their Ancients of Gondor Ithilden baby carriers. Honestly, the design of this carrier is cool as hell. The quality is impeccable. It's a really smart design and super easy to use. I wish I had this when I needed it. I would have loved to show off my dad nerd cred at the time. But they also sent me a really nice blanket, the Misty Mountains Throw. And now that same daughter, she monopolizes it whenever she's on the couch. It's beautiful, just the right weight. It's brushed cotton, so it's breathable and keeps us really cozy. We've been having a lot of cold weather lately, so we're always fighting over who gets to use it. A little about OSHA. They're a family-owned Scottish company. They've been handcrafting products since about 2010. Everything's ethically sourced and made in their solar-powered workshop. Check out their website. They've got a bunch of information about their sustainability practices. That's something that's really important to me. And they have this huge line of official Lord of the Rings products. They're making baby carriers, throws, scarves, mugs, tea towels, and the designs are stunning. Like, go check out the website right now. There's a link in the show notes. New customers get 10% off with the code Lorehounds. Go to OSCHAslings.com.
Little Tisha. It's my famous butt dance, my butt dance, my butt dance. It's my famous. Oh, hey man. What's up?
What's up, Adrian?
Hey, the reason I'm excited, it is normal. I just found out this girl that I'm seeing, she's pregnant, you know.
You got a girlfriend?
Yeah. Her name is Sharon Osborne. Not the one that you may know. She's a different one. But, yeah.
Why are you always trying to get me to set you up with my cousin then?
Well, I wouldn't say like girlfriend. Yeah.
When you're happy she's pregnant.
Yeah. Because we are going to have an abortion.
Oh, yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, you're invited if you want.
I don't want to come to your abortion, man.
That's cool.
That's gracious.
I think we might be meeting his mom and brother in season 2, by the way.
Oh,
so
I'm afraid of that. I'm fearful for that. I just want to meet a nice set of parents. You know, just normal, regular folk who just love their children. You know.
And you think they realize what he is?
No. No. You know what? Let me not say no. They probably do know that he's, they may suspect he's some sort of serial killer. Because he gives off that vibe. So growing up, I'm sure he had something like in his childhood that set off some sort of alarms for his parents.
Yeah.
Like, we got to keep an eye on this one.
But it is interesting that he is, I feel comfortable calling him a sociopath. But
yeah.
I mean, clinically, but also I've met a good number of sociopaths in my life who live by, no, I mean, we all have, but because I studied psychology, I know people who were diagnosed, including my favorite psychology professor from college. And he would say, and I took a course from him about serial killers, so we got a bit deeper into it there. But he would say that, yes, he is a sociopath and he does not experience empathy the same way that, say, I do or you do. But he lives by his own self-prescribed code of honor. Like, for him, it's a test or a challenge. Like, I will follow these rules of morality that I have set for myself. And I think I know that happens more often than people realize. And it's interesting to see Vigilante does have that to a certain degree. It's just that his includes killing, whereas I feel comfortable saying my college professors did not.
Right.
But we see, but he does have some twisted love for Peacemaker, enters the prison to kill his father because he thinks it'll help Peacemaker. And what did you think of that whole prison scene and the talking to that he gave to the KKK crew in the prison before he kicked all their asses?
I was just more invested in the kicking of the asses of the KKK. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to hold anyone here.
But he gave them.
He gave them a nice little speech, but I was more invested in the foot to ass. That's what I was more interested in.
I love a good verbal ass kicking, and so he gave him a good verbal ass kicking.
He did.
Oh, just to say, James Gannon confirms that the joke about his family being dead in the season one credit scenes are outtakes, not canon. So just FYI. So his family's not dead. What I love about Vigilante most is that he basically was just like, I want to hang out with my buddy Peacemaker, so I'm just going to follow him to work to this black ops team, supposed to be completely off the grid. And just because he's not afraid to get his hands dirty, Waller shrugs and is like, fine, let him join.
Yeah, okay. I'll put a bomb in his head, in his neck at some point. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess that's true. She's like, better to know where he is and what he's doing than just have him out there. Did you feel bad for him when the butterfly tortured him?
I did.
And took
I
off
did
half his pinky toe?
Yeah, I did. I did feel bad for him. I did. I don't want to see
Even though you
anyone.
don't need it for walking?
Yeah, I mean, he's not KKK, so I didn't,
Yeah.
I didn't want him to be tortured.
He's a psycho, but he's not racist.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the nuance in this show. There's different kinds of awful. Yeah, I mean, he just he's a man child in a lot of ways too. He doesn't think things through. We also or he overthinks things. Like the whole thing where he taped the jar that Goff was in to himself and then breaks it during the Bungle police raid.
Goodness gracious.
Do you think he literally believes everything Peacemaker says?
Yes.
Like the whole face exercises and
yes,
crying?
He believes. Yes. He will do literally whatever Peacemaker is asking of him.
Oh, do you have any other thoughts about Peacemaker and his besties?
No, that's pretty much it. I want to see where their relationships go in season 2. Yeah, so I'm excited for that, to see if they, especially him and Vigilante, if they can, get past all the macho bullshit.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if Vigilante grows in any way, what that would look like. All right, well, let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the rest of the team. See you in a sec. All right, let's talk about the new de facto leader of the team, Elysia Harcourt, played by Jennifer Holland, James Gunn's real-life wife. She also appeared as this character in The Suicide Squad, Black Adam, and Shazam 2 in the DCEU, but I feel very comfortable saying Black Adam and Shazam 2 are not canon.
Yeah, I don't think they are, no.
And yeah, she was named the leader once Myrn died. We'll talk about Myrn in a second, but I like that she was chosen by the team before, like Waller eventually was like, you got to take over. But before that, the team chose her. And I think that's more meaningful.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What are your overall thoughts on Elysia Harcourt?
I don't really like her.
No?
I don't really mess with her. No.
No? Why not?
No, I don't know. There's something about her that's rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I think she's good at what she does. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's totally badass. But I don't know. I don't know if it's Jennifer Holland herself or if it's Elysia Harcourt that I'm just not vibing with at this point.
I mean, she's a loner. She likes to drink alone in a bar to wind down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, the character has trouble bonding with people. before Vigilante joined, she and Chris were going to be the only muscle. So good thing they got Vigilante.
Yeah, definitely. Right.
Yeah. And yeah, she was the object of Chris's affection, but yeah, he just keeps saying misogynistic shit to her. But then at the end, when she got seriously hurt and she had to like learn how to rewalk at the very end of the season, he was spending all the time,
There. Yeah.
yeah, waiting for
He
her.
was
And
there
then
for her.
she reached out and held his hand. But I don't know. What do you think? Is that the start of a romance, or is that just a thank you for being old bud?
I can't see either one of them being romantic with anyone. It's not just Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Her, Emilia too. They don't seem like the type of people who will do well in relationships.
Maybe that makes them perfect for each other. No,
Oh,
probably it
gosh.
makes it ugly, but yeah, no, I
Yeah,
maybe that's also what another thing he's attracted to about her.
maybe, but it's just, yeah, like everybody in the show has their guards up. They all have their, you know, shields and masks that they wear, whether literal or not. I'm finding it hard to break through to Amelia.
Okay. I'm curious to
How do you
see.
feel about her?
I mean, I think she's, I didn't list her as one of my favorite characters, but maybe if I had listed like a fourth, it would be her.
Okay.
I think she's an interesting character that we haven't gotten to see much of yet. We've gotten to see her armor up, and then we only really she was only shaken out of that armor at the end when she was so deeply
Wounded.
physically wounded. Yeah. So I think it'll be interesting to see in season 2, and also to see if I don't know if we're going to see alternate universe versions of her. I think we might, and that will be interesting to see how that differs and what would cause the difference and things like that. So we know the character has been trained on weapons, what'd she say, since she was like 14 or something?
So, how'd you get in this line of work?
How did you get into this line of work?
My old man, I guess.
Your dad's. Mine got me my first Glock when I was 12.
Which one?
20.
It's a lot of gun for a little girl.
I was a lot of little girl for a gun.
How'd you end up working for Wallen?
What is this, 20 questions? So after high school, I joined the CIA. Spent a couple years in the DEO, then Argus. That's where Waller found me. And now, here I am, living the dream.
Yeah.
So, fun fact I learned from the James Gunn pod is that there was an earlier, the earliest versions of the script. He was toying with the idea of making Goff in love with Peacemaker. And then at the end, when she almost got butterflied, it might have actually been Goff taking over her body and then the second season was going to be Goff as Hardcore.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Yeah. But Adebayo saves her, so she's butterfly free. And I think we'll talk about the butterflies in a minute, but I think we're done with the butterflies.
Yeah, I don't envision them coming back.
No, they made it clear food's gone. They're gonna die. What did you think of John Economos, played by Steve Agee?
Yeah, I thought he much needed buffoon. in a room full of killers, you need somebody who's not, and he's definitely not a killer.
But he did kill a lot of people.
He did, but he's not a killer. He's not a killer. Just because you kill people don't mean you're a killer. So yeah, I really enjoyed him. I liked him. I think he made me laugh the most out of the characters, and not because he was saying outrageous things, just because of the character, And who's the actor that plays him? Steve Agee.
Agee. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed watching him on screen navigate all these disparate personalities and psychos in his midst. Just really cool shit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he really bungled some things in terms of like
Yes, yes.
it's funny because he has he frames Augie for the first butterfly death, which on the one hand it's like, yeah, let's frame the KKK guy. On the other hand, it's like that's literally Peacemaker's father. Come on. We're trying to get the scent away from us. But then he has like a series of wins. He captures Judo Master and then he loses him. He chainsaws Charlie, the butterfly gorilla. He machine guns down the rest of the KKK, other than Augie, which I guess maybe is in a way cleaning up his own mess from the frame job.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely think so.
But then he ends the season breaking his leg, tripping over a fence. So we see him on crutches and Creature Commandos because of that. So maybe we'll see if his leg's healed. I guess so. What did you think of the dye beard through line?
I mean, man, listen, you want let the man dye his beard, man. I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm not going to judge anybody. Let it go. But if you don't want to let it go, that's your choice, man. I'm not going to shame him for getting that done. Just do it. It's okay. However you want to present yourself, go ahead and do it.
I like that it was like this, Peacemaker is a bully, and he was bullying him as he bullies everyone about this dye beard thing, and then it was just this joke that kept coming back, and then I liked how it turned into this really emotional moment for Economos when he's pretending to be one of the butterflies, and one of the other butterflies is like, hey, why does that guy whose body you're in dye his beard? And he has to be honest about it because a butterfly would be honest and they'll be suspicious and kill him if he tries to hide it. But he knows Peacemaker and the rest of the team is listening while he gives this emotional confession about like never having a girlfriend and all this. Oh my gosh.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
Hey! Fuck! The man you've taken over, why did he do that to his beard?
Do what? Why did he
color his beard all strange like that?
He thought it made him look younger and more handsome. He never had a girlfriend, so he thought dyeing his beard might help. But he was also lazy and busy with his job. And he wouldn't dye his roots regularly. And when he did, he used the cheapest brand because he was incredibly underpaid. Mostly, though, he never thought anybody noticed until recently. When one guy said it to him all the time.
Humans can be really pathetic.
Yeah.
It was such an unexpected emotional payoff to this running joke all season.
Right.
I'm curious to see whether he dyes his beard better next season. What do you think was the biggest surprise of the season, and why is it when we found out that Clemson Mern was actually a butterfly?
Because I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't suspect it. There was nothing. I had no inkling of it. I just was shocked. I literally said, oh shit, while I was watching the episode where it was revealed. So just, they did it well. They hit it well.
Mm-hmm. I liked the X-ray helmet reveal where Adebayo just tries on the helmet and is like, whoop, now I see a butterfly in your head. I'm going to miss this season Chukwudi Iwuji, the actor who played Clemson Mern, or actually we should say the butterfly Iknobalok. We never actually met the real Mern, but apparently he sucked. And he kept saying...
And this Mern didn't.
Yeah.
I like this Mern.
And that's something like it should have tipped us off. I mean, not that it should have, but in the rewatch, it's like, yeah, he keeps talking about how he's changed leading up to the reveal. Like, I'm a changed man. Well, yeah, because he's got a butterfly in his
Because you're
head.
not the same person. Literally,
Yeah.
you're not the same person.
Yeah.
But I liked Mern. I like this Mern.
I know.
Butterfly and all.
Well, he was apparently the one dissident of the butterflies.
Butterflies, you're right.
Although it did look like some of the other butterflies were looking side-eye at their leader by the end, like she'd gone too far.
Sidebar, I have a question.
Yeah.
The butterflies are taking over or shapeshifters in the show that we should not name ever? Which one was done
which is
better
worse?
for you? Which was better?
Oh, better? Would I rather deal with butterflies taking over or scrolls?
Yes.
Oof. I guess. I mean, the scrolls they're killing the people whose places they take.
Don't the butterflies
That's my
do the
main
same?
beef with the butterflies. I mean, the scrolls, I think the scrolls, as they were presented in the MCU to begin with, they seemed like they were just refugees, but then, yeah, it got more complicated than that, and I don't really know where it ended. Whereas the butterflies want to make a peaceful world, but if I have to be dead for it, then I'm not interested.
Fuck you, butterflies. That's what you say.
Yeah. What about you?
Nah, fuck off, butterflies. Get out of here. Kick rocks. I'm not down with
the
that.
scrolls?
I'm saying, yeah, hell yeah. Get out of here. Beat it. Kick rocks, butterfly. You're not nesting in my head. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Get these butterflies out of here, yo. I'm saying,
But what if it's between becoming a butterfly or a scroll killing and replacing you? Although they weren't killing them. They were like putting them in these
killing
little...
them. You got to put them in pods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Steal their memories like that.
God, put me in a pod. Maybe I could come back, but I can't come back from dead.
No, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
Get these butterflies out of here.
Yeah. Kill their poor cow. Their poor cow didn't nothing, but it didn't look like the cow had a great existence.
No. That was an act of mercy.
Yeah. Oh. It was a fun small part of the first season. Who won't be back because also dead is Mern's ex-buddy, who military buddy who was like the Casper Locke.
Yes.
Yeah, played by Christopher Heyerdahl, who can make the funniest faces.
Yes.
And he was just like the scene where the police officers are, he's turning on them, and so he's just sadistically killing them, even though he doesn't necessarily
have to.
Peacemaker's like, that guy was unconscious. And then he made it funny somehow.
What does that say about us?
Yeah, I know.
That he made it funny. And I agree.
What the fuck are we caught up in, man? That guy just executed those dudes.
I know, how fucking cool was that?
Wasn't cool at all.
Well, that's a little judgmental.
One of them was fucking unconscious, man.
Dude, we're saving the world from a fucking alien invasion. It's everything we've ever wanted.
It's not what I wanted.
Apparently, I was just reading a study today that was saying that people who have a dark sense of humor are often more thoughtful and less violent.
Oh, I agree with that. Totally. That's me. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's spot on. 100%.
So, you know what I think was the core of this show, though, about with Mern and his Iknobalok butterfly head? He says at the end, I picked this guy because he was a bad dude, but now I see even he could have changed, and I took that option away from him.
You took over someone.
Yes.
Yeah, you killed someone, whoever Mern really was.
I needed to stop them. So I inhabited the worst person I could find. This man, Leota, he's a murderer. But still I know his thoughts. Even he could have changed. I know that. I took that from him. I took his freedom and his face. And every day I dread waking up to his memories.
That's the show.
and that's the show. And I
You're
think
absolutely
that's
right.
why when Peacemaker gets the option to join the Butterflies at the end, and apparently there was a version of the script where he did, but I think the reason why he says no is because he's thinking about what Mern said. I took away the chance to let him change for himself. And he doesn't want to do that to
Even he
humanity.
could have changed. He could have changed. I think that's the key.
Yeah.
And now I see he could have changed.
Yeah. Oh, it was a really sad death scene when he was crushed by the
Yeah.
golf butterfly Ikik. And that paw to Harcourt's finger.
Yeah. It was terrible.
Yeah. What did you think of the cops of the Evergreen Police Department?
I'm not a fan of the police. I'm just gonna say. I'm not a fan of the police, but
even the fictional
yeah,
DCU.
I felt bad. I felt bad for Song.
She
I
had
Song.
the best quips on the show.
I like Song. I like Song a lot. I did.
Yeah. Like, let her talk to everyone, especially the racists.
See you soon, bitch. Or as they say in your language, ching chong chickadee chopsticks.
I think your Google translation's off, Foggy. That means my haircut looks like a donkey took a shit on my head. See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
Yeah, I liked her a lot. I thought she was a pretty cool character.
Yeah.
Fitzgibbon,
played by Annie Chang. Yeah.
Annie Chang, yeah, she did a great job. Fitzgibbon was,
Lachlan Monroe.
Yeah, they were cool. I think they served the purposes that they were there for, and I got it. Like, for me to get invested in a character that was turned, but it's not a main character, that says a lot, So I think they did a good job.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed each of their, particular arcs in this.
Yeah, sad to see them both go. I liked I wasn't familiar with Annie Chang, but I really liked this performance. And I do know Lachlan Monroe from other things. He's just like really likable. Apparently Fitzgibbon is a name of Gunn's real life friend. And so he puts the name Fitzgibbon in all these different things. It was also funny when her uncle, Sophie Song's uncle, Judge William Judy.
I know this judge. We can trust him.
What's his name?
It's Judy. What?
Judge Judy. That's his name.
Yeah, Judge William Judy. It's a Swiss surname.
Whatever.
He's fair. We can trust him.
So you said.
And also, he's my uncle.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Uncle Will. We need a search warrant. You ever heard of a guy named Peacemaker?
They didn't go far with that, but it did make me laugh. Your uncle? Wait, we're seeing a Judge Judy? He's like, Uncle Will. I do wonder, we saw at the beginning of the season, there was a Captain Miel, played by Veena Sood, who's a relatively known actress. But she was demoted and dismissed and then replaced by, the psycho cop we talked about.
Right.
So she presumably survived this whole situation. I wonder if she'll be back.
Oh, I didn't know that she survived. Okay.
Well, she wasn't there because she had been dismissed. So I guess that could have saved her life.
Right.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of the first two episodes? The whole Annie Sturphausen situation, that whole ridiculous. I
think you just said it on that whole ridiculous. just I mean, how do you even talk about it? Like, you have to see it, right? You have to actually see it. I don't think. That was some of the most batshit crazy things on screen, I think.
Yeah.
So it's well worth your time just to see these particular scenes.
I mean, 1 minute he's just like rocking out to some hair metal, and next minute the woman he just coupled with is trying to kill him, and with supernatural strength.
Supernatural strength. That's like, jeez.
everything from like the way the chase, obviously, to exploding her at the end of episode 1, and then like the beginning of episode 2 when he's trying to escape the apartments complex while the police are showing up,
Yeah.
but also wants to steal a bunch of her records at the same time because I guess she's not going to use it. And then he ends up hiding in the apartments of two of my favorite undersung heroes of season 1 are Amber and Evan, the couple who
Yes.
who take him in, and then he ties them up, and then he later Amber has a threesome with Peacemaker and Vigilante. And they help frame his dad and stuff. Yeah, I noticed they weren't in the opening dance number. I keep wondering why. I'm like, were they busy? Were they not invited?
Were they busy? Ah, that's funny. I think when you see when he's running from the building, I think another thing that the show did well with those sorts of scenes, like the chase scenes,
Mm-hmm.
were really really good.
Yeah, the
They were
action.
really really good. Like the action, not just the fighting. I'm just talking about the chase scenes. You know, people running or trying to drive away on the highway, whatever it may be. Those were shot extremely well.
Yeah. And I love the little mini spaceships. I want one.
Yeah, we all want a mini spaceship.
And then we have Goff, obviously. Also, Eek Stack Ikik was a leader of the invasion. Thinks that by taking control of humanity, they can create a better, more peaceful world. Later takes over, in the senator's body who tortures Vigilante. Then they kill that body. Later takes over, is a prisoner of Peacemaker and Vigilante. Then later takes over Detective Song's body after the botched raid by the police. And last scene, sitting next to Peacemaker, eating the last of the
Of the
jelly,
jelly.
soon to starve to
No
death.
more jelly for you, butterfly.
Yeah. And apparently in early outlines was in love with Peacemaker. Do you think that's fitting for Goff to be in love with Peacemaker?
No.
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 Why not?
I don't think it would have made sense for me. I don't think it would have made sense for me. Because then it would have been like this golf, hardcore, Peacemaker triangle thingy. And nah.
But then Goff was going to take over Hardcore's body.
Yeah, I know, but still we would have had
Yeah.
that same feeling, the triangle of horribleness, and I didn't want that.
Yeah. I mean, but then Hardcore would have been dead.
Oh, that is a byproduct of that. Huh.
Maybe
you make a good case. You're making a good case here.
Maybe you would like Goffcore better.
Maybe you're making a good case, but I'm gonna stick with the no. The Bermuda Triangle of relationships, nah.
Okay, all right. What did you think of Judo Master, who we know is going to be going by his comic book name Hadley Rip Jaeger this season, played by Natalie?
Yeah, I thought Judo Master was hilarious and badass and so wrong and a lot of different things. But every time he's on screen, it was cool. I think for different reasons, either the stuff that he was saying, the fight scenes, just his look, his nonchalant, he was just like how did you phrase it? The annoying character. Like, yeah, he's just so. I want to see him get his comeuppance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type of character.
Yeah.
So full of himself, like
I mean, he's apparently such a martial arts expert that he can rearrange his organs to survive a gunshot wound. Do you think he really did that?
Yes, of course I'm going to say yes. So, look who are you talking to? Yes, he absolutely did it. And if he can't do it, I'm upset. Yes.
Does that make him a metahuman if he can?
Yes.
Yeah?
No. It doesn't make him. That's a good question. Huh. I would have to see the type of training that he received in order to do this. Because are there others who have trained that can do it? Or is he singular in this application?
So you think metahumans need to be born that way, or is it something like if someone has, a toxic accident and gets powers that way, does that make them a metahuman?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think metahumans are mutants
No.
per se.
They're just they have supernatural powers,
Yeah,
basically.
extraordinary powers. Right.
Okay. All right. Have you ever seen anyone who liked a snack as much as
No.
Judo Master likes flaming hot
No,
Cheetos?
have not. No. And I'm happy to say no.
Yeah. Are you a fan of flaming hot Cheetos?
I am not.
No.
I am not. I've tried them once.
Mm-hmm.
Never again.
Are you a fan of regular Cheetos?
Yes, I am. Haven't had them in years, but growing up, definitely.
See, I'm not a fan of Cheetos, but if I were, it would be flaming hot.
Okay, that makes sense.
Something about like the texture and the powder stuff. I'm like, bleh.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, but I love Judo Master. Mock his size at your own peril. I love when there's those two people who go into those two jackasses who go into the convenience market. And we don't even know what they say to the guy in there, but they come out and they're mocking Judo Master. He kicks their asses, and then the guy behind the counter inside gives him a thumbs up.
Yeah.
But also, I just find it interesting that he truly believed in the butterfly mission to make a better world. I guess he was going to be spared for going along with it.
Yeah. I don't know if he would have, but maybe that's what he did believe, but I somehow don't think that would have happened. I don't think the butterflies were taken prisoners.
I mean, if it depends if we believe what they say, if they actually, like they said, they were happy to just live there amongst people until they realized that humans were awful and destroying everything, which fair. That's definitely a thing humans do. So I understand why you might want like peaceful overlord whatever situation, but I think it's going to end up even if it doesn't cost you yourself, it's going to end up costing you too much regardless.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
But we last see him standing in a field with all the dead butterflies around him. Like, what now? So he's not going to be too happy this season. Mern and most of the butterflies are dead. Their cow is dead, despite Chris turning down their offer to become one of them. Ik. Now without a host, I guess kind of spent her final days with Peacemaker, I suppose.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure she's gone.
But you never know. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You might have found a way to keep her alive in that jar. You never know.
Yeah. Synthesized goo. Adebayo returns home to Gotham after exposing her mother, and it seems like there's going to be some tension with her wife. Now Amelia's the one, Hardcore's the one recovering in the hospital. I love that last moment where Vigilante, I was like, is Vigilante, did he get possessed by a butterfly? Because we didn't see that. And then we just see him like piece sideways out the window. And I'm like, no, that's Vigilante.
That's not the butterfly.
That's still the same dude. Economos was on crutches. I suppose he's probably healed by now, right? How much do you think will be carried over? It's hard to say what angle we're going in with this new universe.
I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I want to be. I don't want to speculate. I know the business that we're in. We watch these movies and we read these comics and we watch the shows and we know the characters and we want to say, what are they going to pull? But Gunn has, I don't know what he's going to pull. So I'm excited to see this first episode and to see where he intends on going with the season, with the characters.
Yeah. Okay. So Creature Commando is stuff you might want to know from that for the show. Obviously, we've talked about Rick Flag Sr. He will be back. We talked about I think he's probably going to find out some things about his son's death, and it's going to get ugly. That's my prediction.
Definitely. Definitely. I think he's coming for Christopher.
Yeah. And then, we also saw him he was in Superman as well. And so he was in Superman, he was in charge of detaining Supes, and he outsourced Superman's confinement and interrogation to Planet Watch. And you and I talked about our disgust with that on the Superman Breakdown pod.
Yes.
Especially Superman said, "No one read me my rights." And he says courts decide those rights don't apply to extraterrestrial organisms, but he's sorry about it.
Just doing my job. Oh, well, ho-hum. Sorry, dude. Got to send you to a alternate dimension universe. Prison cell. See ya.
Yeah, and then at the end of the movie, what's really concerning to me is one of his colleagues says to him, "Glad you're not concerned about the metahumans, Rick, because now they're the ones making the rules." And Rick looks indeed very concerned. So I think he's going to be. I see. That's the
A
thing.
problem.
I said that I like Superman and Peacemaker better than Creature Commandos, except for Rick Flag Sr. is so much better in Creature Commandos, and we've seen him elsewhere so far. So we'll see if he can win me over at all
I
this
did
season.
not like Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos.
I really didn't like it. I liked him in Creature Commandos. I was rooting for him, even though he was sometimes stupid, but people are. But he was awful in Superman. I hated him in Superman.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It just continued the trend for me.
Oh. And we had the Peacemaker cameo in Superman, obviously, where he's on a talk show and he says, I just rewatched it and I wrote down everything he said on the talk show. He says, "It's guys like this. They've always got a bunch of dark, ugly secrets. Thinks he's better than everybody else," talking about Superman, of course. "Makes this declaration against killing people unless it's absolutely necessary. Really, dude? It kind of sounds like you're trying to make the guys who are a little more edgier than you look like jerks. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys, these heroes from the magazines, they're obsessed with me because I'm more jacked than they are."
And this is before season 2. This is after season 1? Like, what kind of lessons did you learn, Christopher, sir?
I know.
What kind of lessons did you learn here?
It's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back, at least. Sometimes 2 steps forward, 2 steps back before you go forward again. Yeah. Yeah. Well, would you like to see Peacemaker and Superman fight? That would just be so one-sided.
Why? Unless he has like a kryptonite suit, which is possible, but
like a helmet, yeah,
guns, knives, whatever. Then sure. But other than that,
he'll just be crazy.
And even then, Supes would figure out a way to outthink him, outsmart him. So, yeah.
Who in the new DCU would you want to see Superman fight?
Oh gosh, wow. Who do we know for facts are here? Out of all the people that we know for a fact are here?
Yeah. Or someone that could be.
Captain Atom.
Okay.
Who else? Let me think. Go to the next line. I'm gonna think about this.
All right. What about Peacemaker? Who would you like to see Peacemaker fight?
Oh, Batman.
You want to see? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Batman.
That'll be fun. All right. Cool. We know we're going to get some appearances, at least cameos, from the Justice Gang from Superman. Hawkgirl, Isabella Merced, Nate Gardner, the Green Lantern, played by Nathan Fillion. We know they're going to show up at least at some point in season 2. And we talked about the whole pocket universe thing. Although it does, Lex Luthor's feels a lot more unstable. We didn't see any black holes around the edges of Peacemaker's fathers.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think it's a little bit different. I think it's a little bit different.
Yeah. I'm curious if they're going to define the difference.
Back to the Superman question. Apollo, Midnighter from the Authority, those 2 characters.
Okay.
Lobo, would love to see
Okay.
that.
Lobo's coming soon into
Lobo,
the
yeah.
DCU.
So I would love to see that. I don't really want Soups to fight. Like, I don't need Darkseid right now or anything like that.
No, we can wait.
Eventually, I would love to see that, but don't
Mhm.
need Darkseid right now. But I think those characters would be cool to start off with.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. So, what are you most looking for in season 2 of Peacemaker?
The usage of the alternate dimensions, realities, universes, whatever we want to call them.
Mhm.
How does this play into the DCU proper? You know, if it's going to have a role in the future releases. And I just want to see if he gets to be something other than what he is now,
Mhm.
from what we've seen from him. If he gets to be different, if he gets to be better,
Right. If he gets
which
to
is my
grow.
hope for him.
Mhm. Right. Yeah, I can't wait to see Vigilante and Eagly, and Judo Master. They're the ones that make me laugh. Yeah, I'm just very curious. Like, what if he's hopping through realities? Are we seeing other versions of these characters as well? That would be fun.
I would think so. I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
So, okay, DCU's Chapter 1 is called Gods and Monsters. Which do you think will feature in season 2?
Gods.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Superman, or
Yes.
okay. We do know James Gunn's. He's only let people see. We haven't seen anything, by the way, but some people have seen the first 6 episodes, and he says he's keeping the last 2 episodes under lock and key because they are
Okay.
maybe his favorite thing that he's ever done. And spoilers.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
So I'm excited for that. We know we're gonna get some new cops. Yeah, I guess obviously that's necessary because things did not end well. Because obviously they kind of emptied out the police station last season. So we have Tim Meadows is going to play Langston Fleury.
Absolutely love Tim Meadows.
Saul Rodriguez is going to play Sasha Bordeaux. Brandon Stanley is going to play a new character called Pony Boy, like not from the comics. I guess it's Pony Boy from the comics. I think
It's fun books.
Red Saint Wild is a new character played by Michael Roker. He's going to be an eagle hunter. Like, how could anyone? I already hate him. I hate him.
Well, I like Michael Roker.
I like Michael Roker, but I hate Red Saint Wild, the eagle hunter.
Okay, that's fair.
How dare you? How dare you go after Eagly? He's a miracle in wings. All right. Well, we're going to be doing weekly Peacemaker coverage, of course, and do also check out our recent Superman coverage and Creature Commandos coverage that we did in January. I'll link to those in the show notes here if you want refreshers on those. Marvel fans, we also recently covered Ironheart and Fantastic Four First Steps, and we're going to do Eyes of Wakanda finally.
Yeah, we will. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun little show. Just a snack. And Marvel Zombies is coming in October and Wonder Man in December. So we'll see what we do with the Wonder Man coverage, maybe in January. Also on the main feed, they're just getting toward the end of the season with Foundation. How are you feeling about Foundation season 3?
I just caught up. And yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I'm so like, yeah. I think I don't know if it's my out of the seasons, if this is my favorite season yet, but this is just visually stunning television.
Mm-hmm.
And Lee Pace, is doing such a great job right now.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see where we end up, how we end up.
Speaking of visually stunning television, have you watched the first episodes of Alien Earth yet?
And I have.
Uh-huh.
And I am equally amazed. equally amazed that they were able to pull off what they've pulled off in these first 2 episodes as well. I haven't listened to the pod yet, so I'll check that out this week before episode 2. Episode 3 drops.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be tough this year to make our top 10. This is like definitely the toughest year yet.
It is. It's going to be difficult.
But Alien Earth, I don't know. We'll see. Alien Earth so far is making a strong case for its inclusion. Another one I said is definitely on my top 10 for this year is The Gilded Age. So then an episode came out just where we had 2 lore masters, Brian 8063, aka Usul, and Lisa, aka Red Zippy, a brother and sister, by the way, historian, and both quite fans of costume genres. So we had a super deep and sprawling conversation about the history behind the Gilded Age and the character developments and where we think it's going from here based on historical fact and the way the writing on the wall, so to speak.
I think I'll watch the series before I dip into the pods.
Okay. We did start with like the first half hour is spoiler free, where we just kind of
all right.
like
All right.
this episode, we just kind of make the case for this is why you should watch.
Okay, cool.
And do also watch out for part 2 of the Emmy nominations come out in early September now as prep for the ceremony. If you have any feedback about Peacemaker or anything Marvel or DC, you can send it to our new email address, comicsvs at thelorehounds.com. You'll find that link in the show notes. And also, of course, the link tree where you can find the Discord, where there's a forum with spoiler chats per movie or show of the DCU or episode of Peacemaker under current shows. Or if you're listening to this later, you'll find it under franchises. And for anyone who wants more content and is able to support us and help us continue to be able to do this, then we would love for you to join our Supercast and Patreon, where you get ad-free access to all of our podcasts and bonus content as well, like extra episodes for certain shows like Andor and the Wheel of Time and Severance and things like that. Other extra episodes like What You Watching Extras, like a recent one about weapons, the monthly Second Breakfast and 11Zs, which is this month. It's David's month. It's about poutine. And the 80s, 90s spoofs was the theme, and Airplane won with 80%.
Okay.
Are you a fan of Airplane?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I've seen it a bunch of times.
Okay. Did you vote for it?
I didn't get to vote.
Okay.
Because
it was a quick vote this time.
This month has been,
yeah,
for me has been crazy. So I haven't been in tune as much as I normally am. So it's starting to wind down a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen Airplane many, many times too, with, varying sobriety as I watched.
It seems like the kind
varying
of movie
levels of sobriety as I watched.
It's best the further away from sobriety you are, I think. We'll also check out the links to our affiliates. Nevermind the Music, where psychology meets music. Radioactive Ramblings, which is Aaron's podcast. You'll be hearing a lot more from him this season. Rings and Rituals, Properly Howard Movie Reviews, wrapping up their Bacon Wrapped season about Kevin Bacon and his colleagues and colleagues of colleagues, and you get the drift. We'll shift dust starting. Dune book coverage. The Star Wars Canon Timeline podcast coming back soon with High Republic coverage. And all right, I have a mystery song again.
Good God, what folder? That's the question.
The 80s folder.
Oh,
and
80s. Okay.
In honor, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I chose a song called Hairstyle Haze. So let's see. All right, here we go. This seems appropriate enough. Thank you to our Discord server boosters, Aaron K, Tiller the Thriller, Duve71, Athena Ajalea, Lestu, Nancy M, Ghost Perdition, and Radioactive Richard. Thank you to our lore masters, our highest tier of subscribers, Samartian Michael G, Michelle E, Brian P, SC, Peter OH, Adam S, Nancy M, Duve71, Brian 8063, Frederick H, Sarah L, Gareth C, Matthew M, Sarah M, Andrew B, Kwang Yu, Jedi Bob, Nathan T, Alex B, V, Sub-Zero, Aaron K, Dali V, Mothership 61, Gnarls, Kathy W, Lestu, Jeffrey B, Elisa U, Neil F, Ben B, Scott F, Stephen N, Julia F, Carly S, Ilmariel /Tim, Paul K, Bobby C, Jessica H, Red Zippy, aka Lisa C, and always last, Adrian. Thank you to all of our listeners, whether you're a subscriber or not. You really help us out a lot, and you can help us out a little more without anything extra just by sharing this episode with anyone else you know who's into Peacemaker and wants the full analysis every week. Jean, do you want to take us out?
First of all, thank you for everyone for listening and commenting and all that good stuff. Secondly, Feige, recast T'Challa and make it Damson Idris. Thank you very much.
The Lorehounds podcast is produced and published by The Lorehounds. You can send questions and feedback and voicemails at thelorehounds.com/contact. Get early and ad-free access to all Lorehounds podcasts at patreon.com/thelorehounds. Any opinions stated are ours personally and do not reflect the opinion of or belong to any employers or other entities. Thanks for listening.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Look, you toads seem like the coolest guys in this place, so I was thinking, we should get to know each other.
What?
Let's pick a topic, and then everyone goes around in a circle and says their feelings on that topic. Let's start with, I don't know. Let's each say something that we're grateful for that black people have contributed to American culture.
Is this dude joking right now?
No. Hey, look, I'll go first. I'm grateful that black people gave us rock and roll music. Lynyrd Skynyrd, ZZ Top, 38 Special. All those guys owe everything to black American folk and blues musicians. I mean, they wouldn't exist without them. And then white redneck music would just sound like, well, what it sounded like before black people, which was the wet, sloppy sounds of fucking your sister. Okay, so that's my turn. Which one of you dumb sister fucking tiki torch carrying sloth from the Goonies looking pieces of shit wants to go next?